Hey, mama. How are you? Welcome back to Momplex. This is where we are all about helping you live your best soul-led badass life. We get real because my goal is to help you show up at your best because I don't want you losing your energy or your mind or your cool. And life gets intense. So it's easily done. And I just want you to know you're not alone in this. That you've got me fighting for you, loving you, and pouring into you to try and help you. Here's the deal. Life is always going to life. People will always people. Curveballs, they happen daily. And the truth is there's so much we cannot control. But as moms, we're natural problem solvers, doers, and fighters. We get stuff done, sometimes surprisingly 3 times the amount of what other people get done. But often that very drive to fix everything is what is pulling us off track because we feel like we're the only ones who can do it. We're the only ones that can handle it. If I don't do it, who will? If I don't watch out for it, it's going to fall through the cracks. But I'm here to tell you this. You're not meant to control the uncontrollable. You're not meant to do everything for everybody all of the time. Life doing life is not your burden to carry. So what if I have a suggestion, instead of us feeling helpless, that life is out of control and we can't fix it, instead of us pushing ourselves to the brink, trying to manage the chaos, what if we used our energy to control something that actually matters? Here's what you can control: how you feel, what you're thinking, how you show up, how you choose to respond to life, and how you can take care of yourself and live that soul-led life in the middle of all of it. There's so much of life we cannot control. We can always control how we think about life and how we respond to life. And this is where manifesting comes in. Yes, that super trendy word that everybody's been talking about. How in the world can manifesting help you as a busy AF mama? And can it help you manage the chaos of life and show up feeling the way you want to show up? So today I'm going to help you harness the power of manifesting to actually use it to help you. It's not just some wishy dream that you believe only happens to other people. It's a tool that's going to help you change how you deal with life, even when life is a hot mess. A friend of mine recently said to me, Scotty, I'm barely lifing right now. Life is just pulling the rug out from underneath me left and right. I feel so off track with my own stuff. And she's not alone. I've been there. We've all been there. And I know what you're probably sitting here thinking, Scotty, I don't have time to manifest. I'm busy AF. I'm busy as fuck juggling kids. Oh, disclaimer, I curse. So just heads up wherever you're listening to this. But you're probably thinking, Scotty, I am juggling it all. I'm juggling my work, my kids, the relationships, the laundry pile, the to-do list, the stuff that's coming at me, my parents' stuff, especially if you're in the sandwich generation that I'm in. We're not only dealing with the stuff that it's on our plate, our kids' plates, but now we're also starting to deal with our parents. So life feels like it's about to swallow you whole. I get it. I live that life too. But here's the thing. Manifesting isn't some fluffy woo-woo word that you only get to do while you're sitting cross-legged with crystals at Miraval, even though that's delightful. Unless that's your vibe, go for it. Manifesting is powerful, and it's going to be a tool that's going to help you show up so that you can have it working for you, even in the chaos of life and motherhood and living in between our kids and our parents. So this is Manifesting 101. Welcome. Manifesting 101 for the busy AF Mama edition. And we're going to get into it. So before I tell you how, I want to talk to you about why manifesting matters, even for you as a busy adult, a busy human being. I know you're pulled in a million different directions. You're dropping your kids off. You've got Zoom calls. You're making meals. You're folding laundry. You're answering the million emails. You're trying to get your 10,000 steps in. There's barely room to breathe, let alone think about some manifestation process, right? Here's the secret. Manifesting isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about shifting your mindset so that everything on your plate flows more smoothly. How good does that sound? It's about reclaiming your power when you feel powerless And I think a lot of times we can all feel really powerless. So it's this really cool way to get your mindset and your intentions and your energy in a really feel good space. And that's how you're showing up to deal with all the shit that's happening around you. And here's what's so amazing. You're already manifesting every single day. The only problem is you might be manifesting more stress, more chaos, more overwhelm. So when you learn how to focus that manifesting power that's already inside of you on what you truly want, then boom, you're going to start seeing these things shift. Manifesting isn't a luxury. It's not something that only happens to a few people. It's something that's available to all of us. And it really is connecting to how we're thinking about our life and how we are thinking about ourselves in our life. It's a survival tool for moms. And not only a survival tool, when you start to learn how to really use it and harness its power, it's not a survival tool. It's a freaking power tool. Is that really? It's like a magnet of inner peace that you're generating inside of you. So what is manifesting? Let's break it down. Manifesting is just focusing your energy and intention on what you want instead of focusing on the chaos that's swirling around you. It is a shift of perspective. It's a mindset shift. It's a reframe. It's a thought. You're generating a different thought. And that's it. It's not some mystical fairy dust, though it can feel that way sometimes. It's about belief and thoughts, intention, and aligning yourself with what you desire instead of focusing on what you don't want, instead of constantly reacting to what life throws at you. So it's really choosing to focus on what do I want versus what I don't want. The energy that we put out into the world, that's what comes back to us. It's a boomerang. So think of it like whatever you're dishing out on that platter, that's what you're being served. So if you're constantly stressed and frazzled, more stress will keep coming your way. But when you shift your focus to something as simple as more calm, more joy, more ease, that's what comes back to you. It's like turning your life into a different frequency. It's looking at the radio dials and just turning it to a different station. You're still listening to music. You're just listening to a different station. So how can you, as a busy as fuck mom or human being or adult, whoever is listening, by the way, I'm so happy you're listening. Thank you for being here. So how can you do it? How can you manifest? So let's get into the manifesting 101. This is for the busy human edition. I'm going to keep it simple, manageable, and something you can literally do and start doing in the middle of this episode even. Number one, set your intentions and keep it real. I want you to keep it simple. What do you really want? And if you don't know what you really want, that's your sign to spend some time today really thinking about that. But maybe you want more patience with your kids. Maybe it's feeling less frazzled by the end of the day. Maybe you want to have more joy and remember why you married your partner in the first place. Or maybe you just want to wake up feeling more alive. Start with one clear intention, one, and stick with it. Write it down, say it out loud, make it your daily mantra, own it. So that's step number one. Set your intention, pick one, make it very clear, coming from your heart, your words, and this is what you're going to be focusing on. Number two, visualize it. Don't overthink it. A lot of times our brain is what fucks us up. In fact, let me see if I can find this quote that I just saw that was like, oh my gosh, this is literally it. Our thoughts are truly one of the most dangerous things that we have going for us. And if we're not aware of how we're thinking and how we're talking to ourselves, it can truly create something that will affect us for the rest of the day. And it's something that I think a lot of us ignore. A lot of us just allow our thoughts to be on autopilot and we don't really take notice and have awareness. Here's the quote. There's nothing in this world that can trouble you more than your own thoughts. So when you're working on manifestation and manifesting the life of your dreams, we have to be very aware of how we're thinking about what it is we want. A lot of times when we set an intention for something that we want, our brain is going to tell us that we're selfish or that we don't need this right now, or we should be grateful, and it's going to try and talk us out of it. So step two of this is to visualize it and not overthink it. And visualization doesn't mean you need 30 minutes of silent meditation every day, unless you're into that and you have space for it, but it's not a necessity. It can be as simple as taking 10 seconds while you're sipping your coffee or you're stuck in carpool traffic. Picture how you want to feel. What do you want to happen? How do you want your day to go? Hold on to that vision. Hold on to that thought for a few seconds. Then move on with your day. No stress. And then if any of those invasive thoughts come in, I want you to picture a red stop sign and say, not today. Today, I'm visualizing how I want to feel. Number 3, match the energy you want to attract. This is key. You can't call in calm when you're vibrating in chaos mode. If you want more calm, take a deep breath. Not only will that get you out of fight or flight, but it just also gives you a moment. If you want more joy, find one tiny thing in your day that makes you smile. If you want to feel less chaotic, put the phone down and get off the WhatsApp text chain. Turn off the news, turn off the radio station, right? Put down the social media. Manifesting doesn't mean life magically changes overnight. It means you get to decide what you focus on, how you show up, what you're allowing to come into your space. And that shift is everything. Number 4, detach from the outcome. This is probably one of the most important things we can do. Let it go. It's hard, but this is very, very important. We want to control everything, especially when it comes to our kids, our schedules, and our lives. But let me just tell you this. Once you've set your intention, let it go. Trust that it'll come together in the best way possible. Trusting, blind faith, surrendering, letting go. Very, very hard to do, but it gets easier the more you do it, because the second you start letting go, you feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders and you kind of are looking at like, Jesus, take the wheel. There's something very peaceful knowing that there's the universe and an energy supporting us. If we put our intentions out into the universe will hear us, and the universe has our back. She will help us. She will work through it. So don't obsess over the how or the when, just trust. Things usually fall into place even better than you planned. I bet you could actually close your eyes right now. Wait, unless you're driving. But I bet you could close your eyes right now and think back to a time where you're like, wait, things didn't work out the way I thought they were going to work out, but they actually worked out better. I can tell you that right now, even just going through getting my kids into high schools. They didn't go to the school I thought they were going to go to, but they ended up ending up in the perfect school for them. And it was amazing. Number 5, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And I don't mean toxic gratitude either. The fastest way to bring more of what you want into your life, gratitude. Because this is when we're focusing on what we love. Even when life feels like a hot mess, there's always something to be grateful for. Lean into it, because that gratitude opens the door for even more things to flow your way. Remember, we truly attract what we want. It's unbelievable. So why is this going to help you deal with life? Why does manifesting 101 and your mindset and your thoughts, how is this going to help you with life? Truly, so why does manifesting matter to you, even as a busy adult? Because it puts you back in the driver's seat. Life will always life. There will always be chaos, unexpected curveballs, and things you can't control. But what you can control is your energy, your mindset, and how you show up. That to me is so empowering. That allows you to get out of shotgun and get behind the wheel of your life, which means you don't have to wait for things outside of you to shift to feel better. You can start to shift how you feel today, no matter what is going on around you. And that's what manifesting does. It helps you shift from reacting to life to creating the life you want. Let's say that again. Manifesting helps you go from reacting to life to creating. Reacting, think about that energy where you're just like whack-a-mole, to creating, choosing, deciding, being thoughtful about how you're showing up. And when you're living in that creation mode, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're not just in burnout, you're in bliss. And here's the best part. When you're thriving, everyone around you benefits. Your kids, your partner, your friends, your business, your clients, they all get a better version of you. They all get that energy. And what we emanate does drip onto other people. But more importantly, you get the best version of yourself. I think a lot of times we forget that when we're chasing control and trying to just react to life. Oftentimes we're living in fight or flight. When we're living in fight or flight, physiologically, we're not even firing on all cylinders because our oxygen, our red blood cells, our energy is going to only the key organs and body parts that we need to basically fight to the death. When you're living in fight or flight, you cannot digest life, you cannot digest food, you cannot problem solve, and you cannot heal. So when you choose to focus on what it is you want and you take those deep breaths and you practice gratitude, you get yourself out of fight or flight, and then you're showing up 100% fully armed, ready to handle what life is throwing at you. And you're able to digest information, problem solve, and heal. You get a better version of yourself. And you get to live a life that feels more aligned, more joyful, and more yours. So here's what I want you to do. After this episode, I want you to take one small step, just one, toward manifesting something that feels good to you. Start with setting that one clear intention. Write it down on Post-it notes, on pieces of paper, on your steering wheel, on your mirror, on the refrigerator door. Take those 10 seconds then to visualize it, and then watch how things begin to shift. It's not about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself, not just for everyone else. You've got this, mama. And remember, the life you want, it's ready and waiting for you. You just have to claim it. And this is where it starts. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you love this episode, first of all, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. If you love this episode, please share it with another busy mama or human who could use a little manifesting magic in her life. Please don't forget to leave a review and hit me up on Instagram to let me know how you're manifesting your badass soul-led life. Everything you need is in the show notes. I'm one DM or email away. And until next time, mama, keep shining and manifesting like that soul-led badass that you are. You've got this.